Troy, can you talk about the character of this team in a game that looked like it was slipping away from you? You're able to come back and do what you did to get 2 points out of it.
Yeah, that's a good statement. Our character is very high. It's a good group of people, and we've said that even though we haven't played that well at times at home. But like, it's a really good group of people, and that's the one common thread that the Calgary Flames have always had, in my opinion. They've always had good character players, and we have the same here this year, and they showed today.
What'd you say to the team after 2 periods?
Well, first of all, I usually don't say anything. I never really talk to the team. I've got my times I talk, and then usually I don't. If I do go in, it's usually both of my assistants each take a period. I don't ever say anything during a game or after a game. Like, you know, I don't usually talk to them. Today I did go in after the second. The only thing that we had talked about was that we said, you know, rest equals rust at this level. So we knew we were going to be a little bit rusty after having a week off. Like, this is uncommon territory for us. And we made an adjustment in our forecheck after the 3-5 kill they scored on, and then we said, okay, we're going to change our posture and how we play the third period. And we changed that, and then I just, I guess, politely asked for a little better effort.
Sure, I ran into a little bit of penalty trouble there in the game. A little bit, is that just undisciplined or being maybe over-aggressive from the team's point of view?
No, those are posture penalties. By posture, I mean it's guys making good decisions at the right time. And we've had an ongoing issue this year with some penalties. And to me, like, I've addressed it internally and I've addressed it out here as well. It's a hockey sense issue. It's players being put in uncomfortable positions where, in what I call the moments of truth, they have to make a really good decision. And we have some players that don't make good decisions in moments of truth. And that's the bottom line. And that's a brain activity. That has nothing to do with, it's a brain. It's the brain not functioning at the right amount of speed, at the right amount of time, in the right situation. And so I was very disappointed in the penalties we took.
Taylor just stood in his head.
Yeah, I mean, I thought today was the first game since Danny's arrived here we made him work. And we made him look like he had to be a goalie. Like, I think the other games he's played, and we've played pretty well, and we've kept it. He's been able to manage a simple game. I thought today you saw a little bit of a glimpse of what this guy's abilities are if you don't play well in front of him. And we didn't play very well at times in front of him, so he had to make some great saves, and he did. So give him a lot of credit.
Leland got his first start tonight with the Flames, albeit in a shootout loss. Your thoughts on his overall, you know, talent level that he's bringing to the game?
Well, you're excited. I mean, you know, this guy's a guy that kind of is a high draft pick and came in, and even at one particular time got sent to the coast, which a lot of goalies do. So for Leland to survive, and I thought got most of the game, you know, because I try and watch every game they play, like, that's my job, and I watched almost 90% of that game today. I thought he was outstanding. I thought Leland was outstanding. I couldn't be happier for him. I think our whole room felt that. Like, you know, it was an interesting twist. Like, we had a week off and the rust, and I knew we were going to be a bit flat. That was a concern. And then the other thing that concern is that, like, we talk about the character, the first question in here, there wasn't one guy that didn't watch the whole first period on our team as we got prepared to play. Like, we actually had to shut the TV down. Like, they were so, hopefully, though, that Leland would have a great game in his first crack. So, you know, that tells you about the room in there. Like, they were really pulling for him. So it was pretty. What
game did you expect from the Bulldogs coming in tonight's game?
Kind of like I said yesterday to a media question, I felt that team mirrors a little bit of last year's team here in Abbotsford. Like, very hardworking, got some speed, got good goaltending. They got a goalie that plays the puck really well. And they've had trouble scoring goals. And that's kind of a little bit of our same team issue this year with this particular team, except for Kalanos. So I knew we would have our work cut out for us. The other thing that we didn't have going for us is we didn't play all week, and they played Wednesday. They played Lake Erie. And I thought they had their game and their timing, and I thought it took a long time for us to kind of get going. And I didn't like us going at all until we changed the forecheck. Once we changed the forecheck, I thought we had some energy in the third.
Mitchell had a nice moment there, scoring in the shootout. What did you think of him tonight in his homecoming here?
couldn't even tell you. Like, I didn't really pay much attention. Like, on a personal note, I'm happy for Mitch. Like, I'm happy, you know, like, I wish him all the world of success as an individual player because he's a part of our family. We gave him his Christmas present, you know, on behalf of the organization. And, you know, but I didn't really notice him until the shootout. But my real focus isn't so much what they're doing. It's kind of our own performance. But if that was his moment of truth and he did well, good for him.
You talk about momentum a lot, and you guys didn't play for a week, but that winning streak, was that kind of helping the confidence and trying to come back in this game?
Not necessarily. I don't think the winning streak had anything to do with it. I think we were disappointed in our effort and our compete level. Like, I think that was what was overriding that room. I made that a little bit clearer after the second period, but, like, I didn't like our effort. Like, we had guys, you know, that just didn't really compete hard enough for our systems to be effective. It wasn't that I found us out of place. I just found us there, and I found us stationary and reaching, which is an issue. And so I thought that override the fact that even though we had some momentum come into the game, the momentum for me at the American League level is sometimes lost over time because everything starts new. You have so many young guys that just go adrift. And we lost our engagement sometime on Monday or Tuesday. Like, we totally lost our engagement as to what our jobs are on a day-to-day basis and then how we're going to play on Friday. And it took us a long time in this game to get that back. I thought that was the overriding factor. It was our standard, not so much the fact that, yeah, we had some momentum, but I think at this level you can lose it pretty quick.
What were your overall plans for the shootout?
Well, we have a kind of a strict regimen of guys that we go through. We have slots. They're slotted in, and we don't like to deviate from that. The only time we deviate from that is when a player wants to deviate from that, because as much as I can be the coach and strategize and do whatever with the two assistants on the bench, the moment of truth is not going to be handled by me. It's going to be handled by the players. So we did a little switch there today with Nemo and Walter. We ran a little switch. Usually Walter's our one guy, and we moved him to the 2 slot. And Nemo struggled a little bit, so we moved him to the 1 slot. As it progresses through, the slotting really doesn't change. We kind of stay the course. And we've been able to stay the course because of our record in the shootouts, which I think went to like 5-0 or something like that. So we're pretty much, guys pretty much know if they're going in the shootout or not, and they know the order. At least at this particular time. The guy we did lose during the game in the third was we lost Rowe, and he's one of our go-to guys, so that changed the order just a touch.
What's your status?
You know, I'll be the typical coach, lower body injury. He's under evaluation in there. No, I think John is, he hurt himself, I wouldn't say significantly, I would just say he did hurt himself. He's injured. That's what I would call it. He's definitely injured. Hurt means you can play. Injured means you're probably out. My guess is I don't think he'll play, but I don't know. It's quick to evaluate, but he didn't even make an effort to come back, so I'm assuming he's injured.
You're looking at changing anything from tonight's game into Sunday's game?
Just try and fly some healthy bodies into play for us. We're a little short right now, so I don't know. I haven't talked to management relative to, you know, where they're at with guys sending guys down. They get some extra bodies there, and I don't know if we'll get anybody. We'll have to make some evaluations and try and move somebody in here probably tomorrow. With Ritus is probably going to be held out of competition here for at least a week, and I don't see Rowe probably playing on Sunday. I don't know about next week, but I don't see us pushing it at this particular time. So we got to, you know, look at what our options are.
Give us your thoughts on the Teddy Bear toss. It's always a big involvement for all the teams in the community, but the Heat are heavily involved in the community now, and they're taking part in that on Sunday.
Well, it's an outstanding event. I think it's league-wide right now. Everybody does it. We were part of it in Rockford. They scored in the first 10 minutes. It took a significant amount of time to clear the ice, so it was great. I mean, it's wonderful. It's a great thing. And to be quite honest with you, the players embrace it too. Like, you know, we don't look at it. I think there was a time when everybody's like, what are we doing? Why is this taking so long? But it's for all the right causes, and it's for all the right things, and it should be done, and it's one of the ways we can give back. And so we look forward to it, and, you know, you always, obviously, when you're on the opposing bench, you're hoping that you never give the opportunity there. But at this time, like, for us, you know, it's a good opportunity, and I hope it works for everybody.
Final question for Ward? Good. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.